Shalom, family. This is Judah. Let the Most High fight our battles. What is the meaning of this title? What am I trying to tell you? I've been praying over the errors of our people for several days now because I felt like there was something we were overlooking. And the more I prayed about it, the more urgent I felt. Until finally, on one of my sleepless nights, this came to me. Let the Most High fight your battles. The phrase, the Most High will fight for you, is a powerful message. Now, before I get deep into this lesson, let me clear a few things up. I've heard from a few people, and it wasn't bad. It's just they were concerned that I wasn't making videos back to back. So let me explain why that is. First and foremost, I'm not a content creator. I'm not in this for the money. I am eligible for monetization with YouTube, but I choose not to monetize. I'm putting my trust and my faith in the Most High. If He sees fit for me to receive any kind of donation, that's totally up to Him and those that choose to donate. I don't want that to have anything to do with me asking. That's my way of showing Him my trust. So I'm not a content creator. I'm a messenger. And I work very hard to try not to bring my thoughts and my opinions, my own self-generated message to you. When I do take the time out to bring a message, I need to feel secure that it's from Him and not me, because He knows more about what you need to hear than I do. So I hope you understand what I mean when I say I'm not a content creator, I'm a simple messenger. The phrase the Most High will fight for you is a very powerful message of faith and trust. And we go to Exodus chapter 14 and verse 14, where the Most High assures the Israelites that He will handle their battles while they remain calm and trust in Him. What is that saying to you? That means don't get involved with this battle. Just stand still and hold your peace. Get out of the way. Let Him handle this situation. And for scripture's sake, I advise go to Exodus chapter 14 and verse 14 and just look at what He said. Now, this verse comes from the story of the Israelites being pursued by the Egyptians at the Red Sea, where they were trapped with no apparent escape. And Moses' response was, in turn, reassure the people, stating that the Creator, the Almighty, will fight this battle for you. All you need to do is be still, or you shall hold your peace. Go look at Exodus chapter 14 and verse 14. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, look at the way our people today, and this is not new, this has been going on for quite a while, and this is probably one of the main reasons why we can't see any justice or any progress, because we are involved in their politics. We've been led to believe, which is a trick, that if you don't vote, you don't have a say. That's completely opposite, and it is a outright lie. If you want results, do what the Creator told you to do. Stand still, hold your peace. Let Him fight this battle for you. When you get involved in politics, you become part of the problem, And when the thing don't turn out the way you want, now you're full of complaints, and those complaints will not bring any justification. They're just words that are not falling on anybody's ears at all. It's not making a difference. So let's try something different. Let's try getting out of the way. Let's try holding to the promises that the Almighty gave us. He will fight the battles for us, meaning you need to take your hands out of the pot. This is not your fight. Politics is not going to help you. They're not going to help you. They're going to hurt you. And you have all the proof you need. Look at our history. Look at where most of us are, in a land that is run by our captives. Look, open your eyes. What are we doing wrong? What we're doing wrong is we are trying to fix the problem by our own means. That is a big mistake. That's a big mistake. Exodus 14:14 proves that. So what was the Creator's action? The Most High then miraculously parted the Red Sea. Could Moses have parted the Red Sea? Or anybody in the community of Israelites, could any of them have parted the Red Sea, allowing the Israelites to escape, while all the Egyptians were drowned? That's because they got out of the way. They allowed the Creator to do as he promised. I will fight for you as long as you stay out of my way and remain calm and watch me work. This verse serves as a reminder that when facing challenges, we can trust in the Most High. We can trust in his power and his strength rather than trying to solve our problems on our own. The phrase emphasizes that the Most High is a warrior who will protect and deliver his people, and that we should trust in his strength and his guidance, not our own abilities. So what is the takeaway from this? The Almighty will fight for us. All you need to do is be still and trust him. In the Bible, the Most High fights battles for his people in many instances, including Exodus chapter 14, 2 Chronicles chapter 32, and Psalms chapter 35. Examples of the Creator fighting battles in Exodus chapter 14. Moses tells the people to stand firm and don't be afraid. This is another problem. See, let me tell you something about these creatures that are running most of the world today. They're not human. They don't have a conscience. They don't have compassion. And they feed off of your fear. And if you look at the history of America, for an example, every accomplishment they made, they struck fear in the people first. That is not a coincidence. Because when a person is operating in fear, they don't think straight. They become discombobulated. I hope I said that right. So don't fear. Don't be afraid. Let him do what he does best. He will fight for you. But you got to get out of the way. 2 Chronicles 32. The Almighty helps Judah fight against the Assyrians. Even though the situation seemed to worsen at first, this is the thing that you need to be aware of. Don't pay attention to the problem. Focus on the coming solution, which is deeply rooted in the promise. Even though it seems to worsen at first. In Psalms 35, The Most High is asked to fight against those who fight against the speaker and to take up a shield and buckler. The Almighty goes before people, making a way. He fights for people who turn to him. Pour out their helplessness to him and let him move against their enemies. See, people, this is our biggest problem. We've been coaxed into believing that if we vote, it'll make a difference. Can any one of you show me proof that that's been the results over the centuries? Has that worked for us? No, and yet we're still voting. We're serving in their military. At the same time, they're showing us just how little regard they have for us. But we go fight in their military. People, we got to get on track. This is the reason that things are not getting any better for us, because we are disobeying a direct order. Stand still. I will fight this battle. I have been thinking about this for almost a week. And I kept asking myself, I kept praying to the Most High, what is the problem? And I realized how we participate in their evil agenda and how they have managed to manipulate us to believe that this is how you get change. Be a part of our agenda. Well, the only change that I've seen is from bad to worse. Now, a lot of you probably gonna not agree with what I'm telling you, but I'm telling you right now, this is what the Almighty said, not me. This is what he said. Stand still. Let me share a few things with you here. When we go to Exodus chapter 14 and verse 13 to 14, Moses tells the people to stand firm and see the Almighty's salvation. And the Almighty will fight for them. We have lost that. We have been so bombarded with false doctrines, manipulated ideas, bad agendas that are not ours, that we have become lost in the main objective, and that is trust in your Creator. And until you take your hands out of the mix, things are not going to change. You will have to make the first step. That means get out of the way. Let him do what he does, because as long as you stir the water, you will just make it more muddy. And he will just stand there. He's not going to do anything. Now, once you realize that your salvation is standing in the shadows, waiting for you to step aside and be still. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17 says, the Most High declares that no weapon fashioned against his servants will succeed. That's only if you take heed to the promise of I will fight your battles as long as you don't stand in my way. 2 Chronicles chapter 32 verse 78, 7 to 8. The Most High reminds the people that he is greater than the king of Assyria and his army, and that he will help them fight their battles. Psalm 35. The people ask the Almighty to fight against those who fight against them and to take up the shield and the buckler. But there's a condition. You must stand still, get out of my way, and allow me to show my power. The Most High only fights our battles when we turn to Him. Not when we decide to get involved in the political arena or the humanitarian agendas. You see, that was never intended for us. We were brought into these captive nations because of our disobedience. And when you start putting your hands in the mix, trying to get involved in politics, you're creating a bigger problem. That was not the reason you went into captivity. You went into captivity not to solve a problem among these evil nations. You went into captivity to learn a lesson, to learn how to wait, to learn how to trust, believe, and be still. The minute you decide to stand still, move yourself from the fight, you will then begin to see results, good results. People, we have to understand the Most High did not make these promises in idols. He meant exactly what he said. And he's not going to step forward until we take a step back. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is the reason we don't see any progress. This is the reason we keep getting stepped on worse and worse and worse. The more we stick our hands in it, the worse things get. You got to take your hands out of this situation. Do what he told you to do. Stand still. Hold your peace. Shalom.